Oh, and it looks like Oscar and Jordan, they're going to have another rematch from last year. This time early in the quarterfinals instead of the semis.
Right, so maybe you'll get Danny back on audio here.
Yeah, Oscar always running deep here. In the
But I have to go play, so enjoy. Maybe I'll max out.
Can he? Is it the fourth time, the fifth time? I don't know how many times we've been
almost every time.
Every time. Will this be the time Oscar is going to make it to the finals and win it?
Yeah, Oscar's performance at first year, last year, the year before, just so close. Imagine how good it's Scooty, right? And, yeah, Oscar's getting so close to the victory.
Yeesh, who was that guy?
But Scooty's not here this year, so it's going to be one of the.
All right. We are here at the finals. Number 1 seed versus number 2 seed.
Okay, so it looks like their warm-up is finishing up. Oscar and Jordan looks like they're seated up and ready. And it looks like Tetris time is about to top out, so we could go ahead and start our first set of quarter-final matches.
All right, let's see if I can pull the chat up here.
I'm just gonna say it's been an honor always commentating.
All right, do we guys have sound now? The microphone, yeah, okay. Seems like Vince forgot to turn the mic back on, as I've heard. That's why I should be the sole commentator for CTWC. All right, we have our finals here for the silver bracket. AKGrandmaster, who played a great game against some weirdo named Danny.
For the quarterfinals.
Now playing our number 1 seed, the one and only Vince Clemente.
All right, let's count it down. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Tetris.
According to our chat, our mic is good, but the mic on CT1 is awful. Folks tuning into CT1 as well, thank you for letting us know. We've been having some mic issues and we are trying to get that locked down. Tech guy Barrett with a 3 is going to be on it. In the meantime, let's see if we can get our silver bracket players. Thank you for the heads up. I'm going to let Barrett know, our wonderful tech guy. All right. Let me see both of our players here. Do we want to do, what are we doing? Best of 3 or best of 5? What? Up to me. I think we should do best of 5 because it's the finals of the silver bracket and both our players are down. It's the championship, baby. All right, and are we ready? In 3, 2, 1, Tetris.
3, 2, 1,
Tetris. CT1 is copying us on the main stage with also counting out at the same time.
On the bottom, it looks like Oscar is just taking.
Both Grandmaster and Vince are really solid players. They do not mess around on level 18. They both just barely missed the cutoff for the gold bracket too, so they mean business. You thought we meant business when Bidwell was here? No, that was fake business. That was secretly nonsense this whole time. Already Tetrises from both sides, a couple of awkward like LNJ dependencies from Grandmaster, but some lucky pieces to get that cleaned up, no problem. We did have some Bidwell business earlier, but now it is Grandmaster and Vince business, both of them knowing how to stack pretty well, and even though Vince has an awkward hang there and an awkward well cover up, he gets it fixed no problem. Bit of an awkward hole, but as we've seen before, Vince does have the skill, whether, you know, it may be hard to believe, but sometimes Vince is good at Tetris.
Tetris side being one of those players that takes a lot of risks.
Even as a tapper, he was
both players. Not at the most perfect boards, but with good boards, and it's looking like AKGrandmaster was able to overall keep his boards cleaner. Vince has been having some weird overhangs. That means that AKGrandmaster's taking the lead right now at 123,000, but never mind, I blinked and they are both at about 123,000 and both probably at the same line count, which meant their Tetris rate and line rates are probably at the same exact level. It just correlates to whatever line they're at.
We'll get a Tetris in the next long bar. Dave needing to get some fills, gets that Tetris.
Yeah. All right. a couple holes in both of our boards here, but relatively efficient scoring here. It doesn't seem like any of the boards are getting out of control. AKGrandmaster gets I would say his board back in control. You kind of had that upward slope, although that J piece might be a bit of an issue if he doesn't get the hole filled fast enough.
Good build for Jordan, keeping that clean, doing the tuck. Make sure.
And Grandmaster got his board cleaned up, and Vince is in a bit of trouble here. Just not getting the right pieces to fill the right gaps. When he clears one hole, he makes another one. Has a bit of an awkward line bar dependency. Let's see if he can get the line bar in time, and he does not. Meaning the first game of 5 goes to AKGrandmaster.
Where is it?
Yeah, just waiting for it. Try not to do any burns here.
Good game to both our players here. Let's give him a sec to reset.
Tetris time. Wait till the last goal.
All right, I'm seeing thumbs up from both ends. Let's count them down in 3, 2, 1.
Get
Tetris.
that Tetris. Yeah, because with the power rolling, you can get away with all the piece maneuverability.
Yeah, that's confidence. When you know you can maneuver it, you wait till the last second.
All right, let's see if Vince can get his board back to some solid, non-funny business this round.
Right there.
Already going a little cocky with a high stack there. Saw a little head shake. I know he didn't like it, but he easily gets control of his board back with a Tetris just in time. AKGrandmaster set up that early board, ready for any piece. Wow, excuse me, piece that might come his way.
The ability to play higher and take more risks.
The chat, obviously, you can't see this, but right behind our players on the next stage over is a Smash Brothers Melee tournament, and there was a Jigglypuff just staring directly into my soul. I'm glad they have changed the screen. So back to Tetris, so I don't have to stare at creepy Pokemon. Both players pretty good. Vince is a good amount of lines behind, but relative to his score, I think he's kind of got the same scoring per line. Chat is right. There is a large Eevee in the background. Off camera, there's also a very, very large inflatable Pikachu.
2 Tetrises to give before transition.
Let's see. Vince is trying to catch up a little bit. Just a little bit behind. So if he can get back in Tetris scoring mode sooner rather than later, should be enough to get him back in the lead. AKGrandmaster gets his well opened up and is trying to build back up the left side of his board. That was a very smart double well to easily burn a Z piece and clean up for a Tetris. Vince could use, I was about to say, he could use a long bar, and thankfully he got it. So Vince is also Tetris ready now. Both players just waiting for that next long bar. Vince gets one, clean and easy Tetris. That double well over for Vince was the perfect place to put that T. You burn a single, and then you're Tetris ready.
Oh, look at that adjustment. He's setting up for a third.
Vince is 10 lines behind, but which also means he's points-wise behind, so it's interesting to see if they were at the same line count. I'm assuming that would be roughly the same score. Vince is actually climbing back, I would say, trying to get a lot more Tetrises, utilizing a small double well to be able to burn very efficiently.
Same with Tetris time. 7 Tetrises ahead of Big Dave. Big Dave played great, but just Tetris time's aggression here.
All right, easy Tetris for Grandmaster. Vince, technically Tetris ready. I think he's kind of waiting for a long bar there. Oh, and he gets the long bar just after he covers his well. He had a nice spin on a piece though, which is very impressive until he covered up his well. This will give the chance for Grandmaster to build a significant lead, but Vince is a smart guy. I think he can come back from this.
Jordan is waiting for the long bar. There goes Dix. Gets the long bar.
That's what you gotta do if you're that far behind.
Vince's board, it's like there was never even a problem. He gets a Tetris again. 5 lines behind. Oh, 10, whatever. I can't even count. They scored too many lines for me to keep up with how many lines there is a difference in. Looking like Vince is trying to clean up his act. Get Tetrises only from here on out. Oh, 2 very inconvenient squares for AKGrandmaster. Besides not having a place to put a square, his board was pretty clean. So even though he gets a long bar in the well, it's only a triple because of the hole that the square created. Those square stacks can cause a lot of long-term damage. Vince was able to easily get Tetris ready again. And there's the long bar, giving Vince the chance to catch up pretty close. Both players are nearing 100 lines. Oh, just heard a max out over on the gold bracket stage from Oscar. Maybe we'll get a max out from one of our players here. Show him who's boss. Vince takes a triple, but that makes his board a lot nicer for stacking. Ooh, and AKGrandmaster, I feel like he covered up as well. Even though he had such a clean stack, he just couldn't find the right place for that piece and lost a long bar. And lost a long bar again, and we'll have to dig that hole out, which he does. It looked like that didn't take too big of a hurt to AKGrandmaster's point lead, but it did set behind his ability to score a Tetris sooner rather than later. Vince really didn't want to build a long bar dependency, which he didn't, but he did scooch AZ in a weird place, and that might be it. That Tetris helps clean it up a bit, but he has to do some serious burning and serious piece movement to make sure this doesn't end the game for him. Whereas Grandmaster is just chilling with a clean and low board. We hit the transition for AKGrandmaster. Let's see if he can handle this. He had a bit of an awkward board, so this level 19 might be it for him, which it is. So we need 457,000 for Vince. He is about 57,000 points behind. Let's see if he can catch up. It is a chase down, folks, and only a couple lines until we hit that level 19 transition, which he does. We need 40,000 points left from Vince. Will he be able to get it? Oh, it's all about each line. Ooh, on level 19, let's see if he'll be able to clean that up. Oh, I'm holding my breath, folks. We are just at about 420,000, and he's not able to make it. Game 2 goes to AKGrandmaster. All right, third match. Will AKGrandmaster take the sweep? Or will Vince come back with the silver bracket comeback of the century? I'm seeing 2 thumbs up, so game 3 in 3, 2, 1, Tetris. All right, back in it.
We'll go ahead and get them started.
You can see every time a player, I will let the other sage go. I always fear that Chris Tang's wonderful commentary would outshine my own. Anyways, you can always see, if you always notice, players doing a subtle little head tilt every time they misdrop a piece.
Perfect game there.
They know they're not fans of that.
Just
But
how well
all you can do is shake your head when you misdrop. You just got to acknowledge it and move on and keep building. Chat, I cannot tell if I am shaking out of excitement for Tetris or if I just had one too many diet sodas and iced coffees today. I might be vibrating through the stage later. We'll see. Aw, thank you. Nobody outshines Danny. That's very kind of you. I might vibrate so fast that my electrons start glowing because I'm so caffeinated. But that means I am also excited to commentate for Tetris. Vince in a bit of a lead, although now the board's awkward and gives a chance for AKGrandmaster to catch up. As we've seen in all these matches, even though Vince might start out with these weird-looking boards with a lot of holes in them, he has the ability to sustain himself pretty far post-level 19. It all comes down to, honestly, who can score most efficiently. If level 19 proves to possibly be a challenge for Grandmaster, as it is for many of our players, that might be the level, the area where Vince is able to catch up point-wise. If he goes into the transition with a clean enough board, he should be able to kind of cut back and score some nice Tetrises in the 20s. All right, it looks like Grandmaster's just getting the right pieces he needs to clean up the board. Can't score a Tetris just yet, but opens up his well. Vince played with fire, flew too close to the sun. That is game 3. Folks, we have our winner for the silver bracket. The one and the only AK Grandmaster.
Chase down here. Not the best board seat for us.
Chat, stay tuned for what comes next. We might do a little bit of an interview here. If not, we'll go ahead and have y'all watch the amazing top 8 of our gold bracket. So stay tuned. All right, guys, thank you for joining us. Let's go back to the commentator cam, or the host.
I don't know. I guess we have to ask Kai Command about that.
Guys,
How about Vince?
thank you for joining us on CT2. I have our runner-up. I was just saying thanks to the chat for joining us. I have our runner-up, Vince Clemente.
Hey guys, you don't need to interview
No.
me. Interview the.
I was just having you say hi.
Hi. Oh, hello.
I think we are going to send everyone over. Oh, Game Scout cameo. We're going to send everyone on over to the main Classic channel. Hi, Game Scout. Hi, David. We're going to send everyone on over to Classic Tetris, the main channel, to watch our top 8 for the gold bracket. And thanks for joining us for an amazing silver bracket here at Game On Expo in Phoenix.